Welcome to the Flipside of Crypto. Today, you'll learn about, is your Bitcoin safe? Should you be alarmed? Should you chill out and have a coffee? You'll learn all about that and more today with me and Tor Constantino. Welcome, Tor.
Good morning, Martynas. How are you today?
Better than the crypto market, I'll say that. So leave it to old, senile people in the Congress to kind of make everyone lose their minds for a while. Of course, I'm talking about the infrastructure bill. Could you explain to the viewers at home what the hell happened?
So basically, what it transpired over the weekend since we last spoke on Friday, the U.S. Senate moved its vote to the original $1 trillion infrastructure bill to tomorrow. Voting on Saturday ended without accepting any amendments. Those amendments were intended to exclude some aspects of the Bitcoin life cycle and production, Bitcoin miners and developers from paying taxes. This infrastructure bill would seek to collect $28 billion from crypto taxes. And the reason being is that they're saying that crypto mining uses the electrical grid and they want to upgrade that grid in some regards. And so they want to penalize those individuals. Opponents included Brian Armstrong from Coinbase, Elon Musk, Charles Hoskinson, and Jack Dorsey from Twitter.
What makes me so mad, Tor, is that these people are making decisions which will most likely not even affect them in their lifetime. Which, for all intents and purposes, I know there are smart people in the Senate, or at least I've heard rumors. But this type of quick push makes absolutely no sense to me. Why the rush, Tor? Why the rush?
Well, I think the issue is that the Biden administration is trying to score points. They need a win in his first year, and they believe that pushing through this infrastructure bill will get him that win. Say, look what I've done, because the midterm elections next year, they're just holding a very slim majority in the Congress and the Senate. It's all about politics. They want to show that they were able to get things done. But I have to say that this delay is good. If the Senate wanted, they could have pushed this through since Democrats have a majority. I think what it suggests and implies is that there are some moderates who want to press pause and say, let's learn more about this before, as you say, we rush through and push this through. Even though it's just a couple of days, it's still a positive sign that there are individuals who are trying to think and use their heads.
Yeah. And for the viewers at home, listen, there's no one on this earth who can say with certainty what will happen Tuesday on. We might get an amendment, we might not. We might see a big dip, we might not. Again, this is for the good US of A. The rest of the world has different agendas as it pertains to Bitcoin. So let's just wait and see and not panic. Speaking of not panicking, gold crashes.
Well, it's been a rough year for gold bugs. Its price was down again today, falling below $1,700 US per ounce. Biggest single day drop since June, and gold has been down since July 28th. And the reason for this is being touted as the US unemployment rate. They came out with their jobs report on Friday, the US Labor Bureau, and the U.S. economy added 100,000 more jobs than was expected, and the unemployment shrank to 5.4%. And what that did is that boosted the dollar and it boosted bond yields, which make those investments more attractive than gold. So gold was undercut.
Yeah, but essentially, for you viewers at home, there's this allegory that Bitcoin is like digital gold. But historically, it has outperformed gold for quite some time. And Tor, correct me if I'm wrong, but basically, gold is not performing well when the economy seems to be booming. It's more of a reactionary buy when you think, okay, I kind of want to keep what I have instead of invest for the short-term gains, so to speak.
That's correct. The gold reached its all-time highs during the 70s when there was double-digit inflation, double-digit interest, and the economy was in the tank, a double-digit unemployment. They call that the misery index, and that's when people were pouring into gold. Since then, it's had its ups and downs, and it has reached some highs, but it is more, again, a investment for bad times. And in this particular instance, though, it's being undercut in value because there's simply other better investments to put your money into. I think it's good to see, just so you know, for anyone watching, that Bitcoin is knocking on the door of 45,000 right now. It's going up in the other direction from gold. And I think its separation from the dollar, Bitcoin separation from gold and the dollar is a positive sign. It's defining itself as its own asset.
Absolutely. And not only as its own asset, it just seems that people finally get it. When you have hyperinflation, when you have financial institutions which run amok right now, Bitcoin is becoming more and more likely to become a viable option, especially as regulation is coming forward. Now it's becoming a regulated asset. So not only individuals, but institutions can get on board. All of this means, ladies and gentlemen, back at home, definitely you can expect Bitcoin's price to rise if the market conditions remain the same. So far, it does seem that way. In other news, Tether is replenishing its supply on TRON, on the TRON network, with about 1 billion USDT. Quite a big development, Tor. What do you think?
Well, as you said, they carry just about 54% of the total USDT supply on TRON, and Ethereum network carries the bulk of the other in the second spot. And the whale alert noted that there was 1 billion new minted and sent into the TRON network. They've been facing stiff competition from Circle's USDC and Binance USD, and stable coins. And this is my question about this whole situation. As a stable coin, what assets are backing these new block of billion tokens that Tether is issuing? And from a timing perspective, they're facing serious regulatory and legal inquiries. Why would they do this now? I don't know if it's a spot of desperation or if they are just asking for more scrutiny. This one's a head scratcher to me.
Although it's a head scratcher, I cannot help but wonder that anything connected to TRON is a head scratcher, right? So historically, Justin Sun acted quite interestingly enough. He's a Gen Z guy. He's a very young entrepreneur. Essentially, expect the unexpected. Now, people tend to lash on to him, basically say, look, Justin, take a chill pill, just act normally. But there is good underlying technology in the TRON network. There are good members, interesting projects in the TRON network. Essentially, everyone should relax and see it from the big perspective. The TRON network is expanding. Of course, now they want to onboard these new possibilities, so to speak. These new $1 billion, that's a big chunk of cash. They'll be able to underline quite a few transactions, meaning there might be something big back in the works, because don't forget who bought BitTorrent. That was quite a splash. It costed quite a bit, but essentially now it's a big part of their whole ecosystem.
My question though is Tether, is that going to be an anchor for TRON or not? Because this is Tether, and the TRON infrastructure, like you said, it's great, rock solid, but at the same time, Tether has to back one-to-one whatever asset that it issues, and $1 billion, that's a big nut. What's backing it? But to your point, it's one of these things that if you lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas, and I'm not sure exactly if Tether's trying to benefit from the halo effect surrounding TRON right now. Hard to say for me.
Yeah, this is something which I want to address the viewers at home. Like, you're viewing these stories from a microscopic level. You must zoom out. So for our viewers at home, there's a science to it. It's about how complex systems behave. For example, like how ant colonies behave, right? So each individual ant has its own job. And you kind of think, oh, they have their own decisions, they have their own free will, so to speak. It's only when you zoom out is you can see, oh, they're all working for the same cause. Similarly, these types of things, additional 1 billion of Tether, buying of BitTorrent, all of these network changes, all of these moves, they are part of something bigger. Now, what it is right now, it might be that Tether does have something backing it because it did face a lot of regulatory scrutiny. But Tor, believe me, I do not think they would make this move right now if they did not think they could actually pull it off and pull it off correctly. It might be that actually this is the right time to do it. Now, in other news, the Cardano Testnet, Alonzo, is adding on more projects to it. This is exciting news. More users, more projects. This is all around just very bullish for Cardano.
Absolutely right. Coming off the heels of London's hard fork last night for Ethereum, this is another very positive for Cardano and the larger crypto space. And the upgrade onboarding is adding more to that testnet. And again, anyone who's a fan of Cardano, I'm one of them. The developers have been very methodical in their development. And once smart contracts are in place on the mainnet, Cardano is going to be an even bigger force within the space and a better investment.
Absolutely. Also, it's a good story to follow, like a blueprint for other projects. The scrutiny which they face, the methodology which they use, everything is peer-reviewed. Everything is, it seems a bit slow at times and a bit fluffy in all the promises and the timelines provided by Charles. But I mean, at the end of the day, he delivers. The technology is sound, the community believes in it. And right now, it'll be very interesting to see what do the naysayers say once, as you said, the live version is out. Now, to the flip side to that, Polkadot is not one to slouch. Polkadot is on the run as well. New developments coming along. So it'll be interesting to see which one of these two projects actually become the #1 and #2 in the space behind Ethereum. A humble opinion. Now, NFT records. Tor, might you enlighten our viewers at home? What happened over the weekend?
Well, OpenSea, the biggest NFT marketplace, had daily transaction volume of nearly $79 million, and it grabs 90% of the entire share, and it reached its weekly all-time high of $100 million. That's real money. That's significant. Axie Infinity trading volume exceeded the $1 billion threshold. You know, we've been saying for weeks that NFTs will be a driver for mass adoption, and these numbers seem to be supporting that.
Absolutely. Now, for the viewers at home, there's a hiccup though. Forbes just did an interesting article. It happens from time to time that they do investigative pieces. And they tried to buy an NFT. Bloody hell was it hard to do. And I think, or as we talk about making something adaptable, the UI, the UX must be easier for the consumer. Right now, is as pleasurable as pulling one's teeth out. It's as pleasurable as listening to me sing. It's not good, Tor. It's just not good. I mean, at this point, the gas fees are still significant, even with all the updates. The time frames, the changes which you need, the understanding which you need to have to buy anything or sell anything is just too much of a threshold for many people. So yes, we are seeing mass adoption. We are seeing big bucks. But this is the smart money. This is not the you and me money. Sorry.
Retail. Yeah, no, yeah. But you know, at the end of the day, it's like any sort of technological adoption. There's a steep learning curve, but then things flatten out. I mean, if you remember music streaming and video, like let's say when Napster came on, that was a challenge if you wanted to share music files, but it was very exciting for those early adopters. But eventually, now you've got Pandora, you've got Spotify, and it's quick as a click if you want streaming of music. And ultimately, NFTs will get there. But to your point, it can be a challenge.
Yeah, and the flip side to that, of course, is, again, remains to be seen when we will achieve that critical point of mass adoption. In my humble opinion, we're not there yet. One of the main reasons is this is still not a friendly enough environment for the average consumer. However, for our viewers at home, please link down below. Do you think right now is a good time to be in the NFT market if you are part of the smart money, so to speak? Are you buying NFTs? Are you selling NFTs? Please link down below and we'll sure to mention it in the next video. That was the video, Tor. As always, was a pleasure and see you tomorrow.